All right, guys. So it's kind of late here, but before I was going to go to sleep, I was taking a look at the Bitcoin chart. And I just wanted to reiterate to people why I do think continuation for Bitcoin on upwards, whether or not we get a correction in the short term or not, is the most likely scenario. So the reason being is we basically are all but guaranteed to print bullish divergence unless we just completely and utterly nuke. And that's, not out of the question, but we would have to really, really, really get a nasty pullback in Bitcoin for us to not print bullish divergence. So what I mean by that, as long as we make a lower or a higher low above 16K or so. And keep in mind we have plenty of support around 20.6K or 19.3K, an entire range here to find support in. Very likely that we get a bounce in that region, right? We would be putting in a higher low. So if RSI comes down, and note that it's almost already down to the 50 level, which we want to see hold. That is bullish if it holds on the daily. Otherwise, if we come down below our 16K or so level where we printed this last low in RSI, right? If we come below that, which we very likely would, considering we're already at an RSI of 54 and we've yet to even breach these levels. So if we start seeing a lot of sell pressure here, RSI is probably going to come down. We put in the higher low, we print the bullish divergence, right? Not only that, but even on the shorter term kind of trend here of RSI, yes, we pointed out this bearish divergence. And that's why we're kind of talking about this correction that we were expecting. However, now that we started coming down, our last low in RSI was around here, right? And we're already well below that. So as long as we come in here in the short term and put in a higher low above this level, above 20.6K or so, which is completely realistic, we very likely get continuation to the upside or at least some sort of a bounce, because then we would have put in bullish divergence. So whether we get a smaller correction or a shorter, or whether we get a smaller correction or a larger correction, both scenarios give us ample opportunity to print bullish divergence, which would be obviously very bullish and very likely to help us continue this trend upwards. So that is kind of my stance on Bitcoin and the crypto market right now. Of course, things could come in and shake that up and change that. And as new data comes in, we may change our opinions. However, at this moment in time, I think the most likely scenario is some sort of a correction, which we've already started to get a little bit, and then continuation to the upside. That's what I'm expecting out of Bitcoin. However, the last thing I will say is a correction out of Bitcoin will wash out a lot of these overextended altcoins, and we're already starting to see that. A lot of these altcoins are overextended. Bitcoin comes down, even down to 20.6K or so, 14%. That's going to wash out altcoins quite terribly. So just keep that in mind. Even though the trend, in my opinion, is still bullish, we could see some pain in altcoins just on a normal, healthy correction for Bitcoin. All right. Thanks for tuning in, and appreciate it. Peace.